Hmm. Ooh.
Darksidegirl's watching. She's my favorite. So, so the dealio, as I was thinking it, is I'm gonna go in, get to a certain point, gather gold, experience, and then excuse me, leave, and I'm gonna stock up on some elixirs and stuff like that.
Cool.
Taking a look around and seeing. Oh, we can't go this way. Yeah, I had a good dinner. Made myself some fried eggs and some pork.
Pork.
Nothing happens. Okay, so I'm kind of curious as to like what. Am I going to accumulate some kind of a something that's going to give me the ability to make these pools of water do something? And the fact that I'm not being attacked is really interesting too. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been sleeping like a dog. 'Cause when I get home to you, all of the loving I do make me feel alright. You know, that's the thing is, like, you know, a lot of those old songs, oh my god, the sex they would talk about. Oh, okay, so this is it. That's that thingamabob there, that's gonna be a fight. I think so. Let's make with the go away and go stock up on some stiffs. I just don't really want to be facing whatever I'm facing and not have enough. Oh, Lordy Pie. It's the dirigible. So how was laundry?
Clean.
So clean.
So fresh and so clean. No, it's good. I'm just really need to get that dryer fixed. So,
pouring. Is it? Did you say it was raining there?
No, not today.
Oh, it was pouring.
Not today.
I haven't seen it rain like that in a while. I just wanted to see whether or not there's someplace in this I had not been. If I'm gonna pick up stuffs.
And maybe you didn't.
Oh, yeah. These guys. Yeah, I know them. So, I don't know if you follow the NFL at all.
Not really. Yes and no, maybe. Depends.
I used to follow the NFL pretty closely, but since I don't have television anymore, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But like the it's like, whoa, 700 points of damage. Anyway, she went Roethlisberger on him. Anyway, so there's this whole change that they made to the NFL where they're trying to prevent people from getting like nailed really hard. And so the way that you're supposed to tackle now is a little bit different than what people are used to. And with that being the case, people have been getting these penalties for roughing the passer, and it's just getting a little out of control.
Yeah.
I mean, no skin off my nose because I'm not a football player, but at the same time, it's like.
Seems like they have something to say about that every year.
Well, here's the thing. It's the NFL is trying to have their cake and eat it too. Because you have all these former pro players, and they're like, this is, we knew what we were getting into, but we didn't realize just how badly we were being hurt or injured. Like, we knew we were getting hurt and injured, but we didn't realize the long-term effects. It's basically like the Rocky Balboa scenario, because, he took so many friggin' hits to the head, they were like, yeah, you can't box anymore. In fact, you got brain damage. But everyone's like, well, boxing and football are not the same, but, the effects are the same. So, they're like, with everyone up in arms, about exactly how the NFL conducts itself, and the amount of violence, I don't really know when it comes to like the numbers of how much youth football has suffered because of it, but I can tell you there's a lot of people who are just like, no, I'm not having my kids play football. I know some people who are like, they pulled their kids out of football. They took one too many hits to the skull, and they were just like, forget this.
That's why, what was it, 2016, I think it was, we went and bought, instead of using the Mighty Mites equipment, we just went out and bought pads and a helmet for him, and we went and bought a concussion, like a helmet that was like really high rated on, preventing concussions. It's not going to prevent it, but
yeah, no, I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so because we watched kid after kid just get hit in the head, and they would be out for for however long because they had a concussion. Now, I did have to take him to the emergency room for a concussion only because of the way the kid hit him. But no, you can get a concussion just from walking because you fall down.
Well, that's true, but the chances of you, and here's the thing, I'm not anti-football. I'm not saying like, everyone pull your kids from football, blah, I'm not saying that. Okay, so, no. So, wait, I bet you there's an item I need to use. I'm not anti-football. My kids, none of them have never had any interest in it. You'd be really hard-pressed to even have them have any kind of interest in sports, period.
Right.
So there's that. But, the NFL is like, well, we want to maintain viewership and... Huh. It's protected by an unseen force. I wonder if I use the Fang of the Water to that other place. So yeah, they're trying to say, okay, well, if we alter the way that people get tackled and handled and so forth and so on, then, our players will be safer. The problem is that this is their first year of implementation. Okay. And, I wonder if we have to use the Fang of the Water in the cave where the door is sealed. Because that's the only thing I'm thinking is, like, I haven't been told about anything in the game that I need to get in order to... It's not like they said, hey, you know what, in order to do this, you're going to need to get that. I haven't heard anything like that. So I'm kind of going off of, what do we do? Which is great because I like the whole, like, trying to, like, holy shit. Trying to figure shit out myself, right? So, yeah, I mean, like, so, this, linebacker Matthews of the Packers, went and tackled, I don't even know who they were playing now, and, they got him for roughing the passer. And that's, like, his third call. He's like, how am I supposed to tackle this guy? And then, oh my god, I'm not sure if it was, maybe it was for the Dolphins? I'm not sure who it was, but there was a guy who went to go sack the quarterback, and he didn't want to get a penalty call, and so he actually, when he went and tackled the quarterback, he did so in such a way that he actually tore his ACL. Okay. And it's like, oh god. It's like he injured himself to prevent himself from getting a penalty. I mean... So this is the NFL now.
Yeah, no, I don't really...
follow it.
Not as much as I used to.
Kansas City's on fire.
That's all I'm going to say about that. I really don't like Kansas City.
I don't have an allegiance to a team. It's like, hey, Kansas City's, undefeated or doing well. And my reaction is, that's cool.
Yeah, I had to live with Kansas City in my life for almost 20 years. I'm not really a big Kansas City fan.
When I was younger, I was a big Denver fan. You know why?
Why?
Because of the horse. I remember looking in, like, the Sears catalog, and they had, like, all these stuffies. They didn't call them stuffies back then. But these, like, stuffed animals that were, ooh, what is that? Oh. They had, yeah, they had these stuffies, and they had one for, like, the Denver Broncos. I was like, I want one. I thought it was wicked cool. That's when Elway was on.
Right.
definitely appreciate, like, you know, good team, good game, that type of thing. I watched a little bit of like the Bucks-Steelers game the other day, and I was like, yeah, Bucks are going to do well. And then the Steelers just, oh shit. The one play of the game that was just fantastic to watch was like this stiff arm. Oh god, Steelers ran back a 75-yard touchdown. And stiff arm one of the blockers from the Buccaneers, and it was like he went up and like he kind of smacked him and set him off balance, but the defender didn't fall down. He kept going, and he put his arm up again, and he was just like, sit down, boy. Yeah, I took it in for that touchdown. No. 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 It's like opens locked doors. Okay. I don't get it. I don't get it. I like a challenge, but not one that's gonna fucking frustrate me. So, to get past those, the thing is, like, I hate to look it up. You know, because it's like, I want to be able to figure it out, but... Well, if anything, I'm making gold and making experience. It's not like it's going to kill me anytime soon because I got Shit. Yeah, when you know it started pouring and we're like, all right, well, it's pouring, and then he was like, I want to go fishing. We're like, it's really pouring outside, and he starts arguing like at first he was like, it's not raining. We're like, dude, it's outside. It's like pouring out, and then he was getting so aggravated, and we're like, it's pouring. I don't really know what else you want us to do for you.
Too bad you don't have like one of the video games that have like the fishing, like the, you know, the Wii games.
I honestly don't even know how he would do with that.
You never know.
That's very true. You do never know. I mean, if anything, right now we're kind of like thinking like we really need to get another smart TV so he can watch YouTube in his own room.
Right, and you got to think too. Winter's coming. What is he doing during the winter time?
Well, that's what I said. I was like, winter's gonna be fun, and they're all like, yeah, we, you know, try to get him out of the house, take him to like, you know, the Y, you know, other stuff, you know, go out and do other stuff.
He just loves fishing.
Yep. That's like, yeah. Like his whole, like his existence is fishing.
And how did that come about? Did somebody take him fishing when he was younger?
Honestly, I don't know the answer to that question, but that's my. That's. I mean, he has intellectual disability.
Right.
Of you know, of a nature, you know, he. If there's like another interest to something, someone can like, hey, tell me like, hey, I'm trying to get into the blah, and then they go, oh, to do that, you have to go find the magic asshole. Something like that. I don't know.
Magic asshole. Too funny.
Oh, I was getting Skylar really going to I just like the stuff I say randomly just comes out. And at one point I said something where I was like, haven't you ever heard that old Polish folk song, Put Your Finger in My Vagina? She was just like, what the fuck? Where do you come up with this? You know, and like, I don't know what's gonna come out of your mouth next. And then she started to like drink something, and I started singing this song. I was like, there's a skeeter in your Peter, whack it off.
Oh my god.
Just like, oh my god. Oh. The reason I didn't come here earlier because I didn't know that I could put the Enterprise down in the water and sail it. So, let's explore the wrecked ship. The wrecked ship. This is the airship that Sid and all of them were on originally. Blood sword. All right. Where did I come down from? Oh, hello. Oh no, Miss Aria. Alas, alack, if nothing is done, our own time will cease as well. Hey, Gramps, calm down. Just what's going on. The land. Darkness has covered the land, and darkness has stopped our time. Miss Aria tried to stop it, but... Oh, Miss Aria. And then she says, he goes, oh, me, oh my. Miss Aria, wake up. She's very weak. We have to help her.
That's too funny.
I wonder if there's anything in our bag that can fix her up. Who are you? Where am I? You have no nose. The light. I see a powerful light in you. Could that be? I'm Tamara. The crystals guided us to this world.
Do they have a nose?
So you are the warriors of the light. The crystals have chosen their champions. We are saved. They are only true. Time is still motionless outside of these walls. So the world has succumbed to darkness. We have to save it. Bring me to the Temple of Water. Maybe if we bring the crystal shard there to the sealed crystal. Please, you must bring me to the Temple of Water. Excellent. Do, do, do.
Sorry, I had to step away for a minute. Okay. That smells good.
What is it?
Oktoberfest. It went down the wrong way. Oh my goodness.
I was really pleasantly surprised to look and they're like, oh yeah, there's all this tea here. Yes. And they had like tons of packs of tea. That I had one tea bag. It made me like 5 cups of tea.
What kind of tea is it?
I just looked at it.
Nothing fancy, no fancy tea.
Just less. It's like less money I spend, the better.
Oh no, I know. That's the good thing. Where I work, they have tea there. So if I want to drink hot tea, which I do, it's there, and I don't have to pay for it.
My big excitement for the morning is when I have my apple muffins. I'm making a double batch next weekend. Oh my god. This coming weekend. I'm making a double batch.
You should tell me how you make them so I can try to make them, because they do sound good.
Oh, they're so moist. Well, actually what I did was I just followed like the regular recipe, but it said use 1 apple. I actually ended up using 2. And they're small apples. They're just like, small apples. Not a big deal. But I'm definitely gonna make a double batch because they're just. Okay. Thank the heavens there's still light within this shard.
Shard.
So I get home and I was like, I have some wine. I grabbed the wine bottle. There's no cork in it.
What happened to it?
I forgot to put the cork in it the last time I had. I just put the wine bottle away. I didn't put the cork in.
Oh.
And it was on its side. But there was so little wine left in it that nothing spilt out. So, I mean,
right.
There's that. So, our next stop is the sealed water crystal. Yes, it must be imbued with those shards' light. Miss Arya, where did this shard come from? My butt. Before the world was doomed, when we saw the darkness expanding, we priestesses sealed the crystal to protect it from the darkness, in the hope that one day the warriors of the light would come. This shard was created to break the crystal seal. Come, we must go to the Cave of Tides to the north.
Too bad I can't drink at work. I get so much done.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for calling us. The fuck do you want?
Yeah, probably.
I hope this bitch is a healer. I'll take care of this. Look at that sword. Holy shit. That could really ruin some wet dreams. Then Zona goes in and it's like, move aside, boys. Let me show you how this is done. Slice and dice, Zona. There you go. See, the priestess didn't do shit. I had a bloody nose when I got home.
Did you really?
I was actually driving down the road, and I scratched my nose, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh crud! So I reached over and I opened up so I'm like sitting there going, trying to suck the blood off my lip, and then I went and got like a napkin from the glove box and stuffed it in my nostril. So I'm driving down. What's that do? Alright, well that might help.
Does that happen a lot?
No. Typically, like, once we start to get into, like, the dry season, that's, This is the sealed portal. It was created to keep the outsiders away from the water crystal. Only priestesses of the temple can pass through. We may pass now. We didn't even get through the door, and we're getting attacked. No, I really should divvy up these attacks better. There. Because she does a shit ton of damage, so she should attack the same thing that Charlie does. Better chance of killing it. The thing is, like, I'm almost dead. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna gooify you. I'm gonna put you in my Cuisinart.
Cuisinart.
I like how this game is rendered. I mean, what's going to be really great is to watch how each successive game gets, like, better and or different in graphics, and also the comparison. See, like, obviously we're not doing Final Fantasy 2. I don't even know if you can even get them through Steam. I mean, I know, like, at my friend's gaming store, holy balls. I know that I can, okay, I have to look into get some potions and elixirs. Anyway, like, I could go and get, I think it's for the PlayStation 2, actually. Maybe it's for the PlayStation. But I can get, like, I think it's like I can get Final Fantasy, maybe like 2 and 3 on one disc.
I know on my NES I have Final Fantasy.
I have the original Final Fantasy for my NES as well, but I don't have the side-loading NES. I have the top loader. I used to have the side loader. You know, where you just like, you know, where you open up like the small compartment and you popped it in and you pushed it down. That always had issues with like, oh gosh, I haven't thought of this in forever. You push the cartridge in, you push it down, you shut the cover, and you turn it on, and it'd be like, I can't read it. And so what we'd do is, you go and you'd be blowing on it and all that. But what I actually ended up doing was, I went and I bought a Nintendo Entertainment System. What the ball? Oh. I ended up going to buy a cleaning kit, and the cleaning kit came with a wand. Like a cleaning wand. And I used that, you know, to clean my cartridges and to get them clean. And if anything I rented, the first thing I did was I would clean them. And you'd be, well, no, you wouldn't be surprised. Like how much filth would come off a rented NES cartridge.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Oh my god,
yeah.
I was like, I'm like, does anyone clean these? Like, this is insane. But anytime it's like you rented something and it's like, oh, this isn't working so well, I just have to clean it. Super Nintendo didn't have that problem.
I want to buy the Super NES. It's $79.
I like mine. Oh, shit balls. Well, use a potion on him. We'll see how that goes. Curious what our job level is now.
Arizona's?
Yeah.
Or Arizona?
62.
62.
Her job level is 62. Meanwhile, Charlie's is 36. Adam's 40. Tamara's 35. She is just a lean, mean killing machine. If I don't get what I want, I'm gonna cut you! Okay, Jennifer Lopez, calm down. No, but between having muffins and then like going to work and like there's tea already there, I'm spending no money. It's great. Oh my gosh. So anyway, so tonight, so like I got a table, and it was this really nice couple. They both ordered for like glasses of wine. One ordered for a Cabernet, and one ordered for a Merlot. And two bridges. I'm gonna try using nice stuff. See if that gets me some more damage. Anyway. Oh, these things what the? Okay, you're killing us.
Huh. Well, that's a good thing.
That's not a bad thing, but it's not like we were... Where were you like 2 turns ago? Anyway. So she was like, I have an allergy to garlic. And I said, fine. So we were talking about like what to order and what not to order. Ooh, nice. So basically, I was able to, be able to help them correctly order for items that would not affect her garlic allergy and actually save them some money by combining their orders and doing like a meal deal. And so and so then I went by and I was like, at that point, all of a sudden, like, we had all of these guys come in, and, they're woodcutters and they're trimming trees. if this leaves the... No, I don't want to go that way. I actually want to go to the other bridge because if there's stuff over there to pick up, I want to get it. So anyway, one of our managers in his infinite wisdom is like, well, they all want to be on one ticket. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. To pay for all in one bill. I said, that's fine. So, but the problem is they split them between, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tables, you know, and so like they were just all over the place. And so I was trying to take their orders in an order, so in a particular order, so that, you know, I wouldn't miss anyone and they would
right
when they needed to. The real thing that screwed me up. Shit. There we go. The thing that really screwed me up was we have this thing that's called like make your own appetizer, and you can like buy 2 appetizers for like $10 or 3 appetizers for like 13.
Right.
But they're reduced portions, which is not that big. The problem is when you go into the computer and you're like, I want to order for these appetizers. If you order for like just a regular run-of-the-mill appetizer, you know, you can tell the computer to mark it as first out, so that people know that they want these. That they want these appetizers, you know, first, as opposed to like having them go with their meals. What is this lead to? Okay. This doesn't go anywhere. What the fuck? Waste of my time. So anyway, but when you go to do these little combos to do like, you know, the 2, I call them 2 furs and 3 furs. So when you go to do these, there isn't really a way to effectively go in and mark it as these appetizers are come out first. If they had just all ordered for like regular run-of-the-mill appetizers, they would have been a lot better off. But they didn't. So what ended up happening is, because of the way that it goes into the system, a lot of the appetizers, like the food was coming out before the appetizer.
Right.
Because as far as like on the computer side, for the kitchen to look at the computer and say, okay, well, you know, this is an appetizer, like, yeah, it's an appetizer, but they weren't marked as being first out. And so something else was marked as first out. So in their mind, they're like, this meal needs to go out first. And so then people were like, wait a minute, where's my appetizer? I should have gotten that first, and so forth and so on and so on and so on. It was just so friggin' annoying and frustrating. And then like even at one point, very nice. I did that on purpose. No, I really did, because I want to go buy some more stuff. I could really use some more potions and more elixirs. So, at one point, the man who was running this crew of men, and there's 19 of them total, I was like, hey, how we doing? And he was not pleased. He was like, you know, food's coming out, you know, people are waiting on food, or their appetizers haven't come out, and blah, 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 blah. So he was, you know, he was displeased. Now, of the 5 tables, there was only one table where they were just like complaining about like, you know, we got all of our appetizers, but we wanted them to be in like, you know, classic buffalo sauce. And I had written down honey barbecue for like a lot of them, because that's what they had said. They didn't say classic. They all wanted honey barbecue. So, but like that, in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really affect my tip per se. I mean, like if I had done like a completely garbage crap job, it would have. But I didn't. I mean, they all knew. There's 19 of them, and I'm running, and it's not like they were all parked in one spot. I was running around the restaurant, trying to like refill beverages as fast as I could, trying to direct people to like, this food needs to go there, this food needs to go there. And then like we get to like the end of the whole fiasco, and the manager's like, you know what we should have done? We should have just like separated all. We should have just like put all the orders on their individual table, and then we could have just like combined them all at the end. And because that would have made it so much easier if I could have just said, okay, this group at table 41 wants this group at table 43 wants this, blah, 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 blah. If I had just done that, that would have made things a shit ton easier. But he was like, no, they all went on one ticket. Just put it all on one table. And I'm like, all right. And so then they're... Oh, wait. So everyone's coming to me and they're like, where does this go? Where does that go? Where does this go? Where does that go? And I'm like, trying to look through my list of stuff. To do that, no, I wanted to solve some stuff. Okay. So, obviously, I can't be here to buy what I need. I need to go somewhere else. So, in the end, I mean, like... Oh, hey, it's going well. I just happened to notice you were watching. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was telling a story about work. I think it's this way. Hey, it's going well. Playing obviously some Final Fantasy 3. I'm about to go get some potions. I don't even know if this person's still watching. I know you're watching.
Yes.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Let's go. Not there. Let's go over here. Oh wait. I just don't know if I can actually buy potions. So cool. I know I've been here. Nothing. It's not much my itches. So I mean, like, if it hadn't been for that, like, the whole party of 19, my night would have been like garbage. But I walked away from the whole thing like doing well. I can't bitch. I mean, it's one of those things like, hindsight is 2020. Where do you buy stuff around this joint?
Well, it has to be somewhere.
Oh. Okay. I hadn't been here.
Huh?
Back or shoulder?
My back right now. I'll tell you what, my knee, I'm like falling apart. So I told you I had surgery on my knee, right? Like several years ago, like 2012, 2013. So there's a name for it, and I can't think of the name of what it's called, but so basically my kneecap, it was shifted where it wasn't supposed to. It was born like that, and I've had problems with this knee since I was like 7 or 8 when I can remember it start hurting. But
okay, I've heard this before.
so piece of my kneecap had broken off and was floating around in there. And so when I went and had surgery, they got like a piece of it out, but there's still a piece in there. And like every once in a blue moon, like my knee will hurt, and it all the time it will pop. It was so loud that it sounds like it's trying to go back into where the place that like it was. And I don't know, 2 weeks ago, I was sitting in my chair at work and I stretched my legs out and I just got, I don't know, a big twinge in my knee. Like I literally was on the phone with, a patient, and this happened, and it took like everything I had, just not to say the bad word I wanted to say.
Like fucking fuck.
Oh my gosh, yes. So now my knee hurts like really bad. It's not swelling up or anything, but it hurts. So I don't know what to do. I mean, I was looking at I don't even have like a doctor. So because I have to change. Let me go close this door. Hold on a minute.
I think I can do this in Canaan. I never know.
Okay. Because I have new insurance, I have to get a new doctor because it's a totally different company. And so I hate starting over again with the doctor.
I understand that.
Hence, I am falling apart. I have a knee brace, but I don't know where it's packed away at. Because when I had the problems with my knee,
Is it a birth defect or is it an injury?
It's a birth defect.
I have a birth defect.
What's that?
My face.
Whatever.
Oh, so I'm at work and I was talking with Blaze and just making conversation. And I go, "How old are you?" And he goes, "I'm 37. I just turned 37, end of August." I go, "Oh, that's really cool. Very good." And he goes, "How old are you?" I go, 42. And he goes, look at his face. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I thought you were like 33 or 35.
You do look young. You do.
And then we have this new waitress who was training tonight. She's nice. From what I could tell, I didn't really have a chance to really talk to her. But her name is Lynn. And I was telling her that story. I was like, "Oh," so I said, "I have a full-time job the other day." She's like, "Oh, yeah, so do I." And I was like, "Yeah, so I have a full-time job during the day." And all that. She goes, "Oh, yeah, so do I." And I said to her, like, I was talking with the staff member with me. Revealed the conversation. And I said, "Yeah, you see the look on his face. I was 42." And then she goes, "You're 42?" I go, I'm like, "Yes, I'm 42. I'm like, I'm laughing because like, Brittany had the exact same response. I mean, like Brittany found out my age like a month and a half ago, and she was all like, "You are not." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." Oh shit.
You don't look 42.
The secret to not looking your age.
It's not acting your age.
That too. Not smoking, drinking a lot of water.
I don't smoke. I drink lots of water. I get that. People can't believe I'm almost 39.
Yeah, you don't look it. No, I mean, no, I'm being serious. You don't look 39. I think a lot has to do with let's see here. A lot definitely has to do with like stress and how you handle stress also.
Oh yeah. I will tell you that my sister, she's she's like when we were practicing for that show and somebody's like, how old are you? And she's like, I'm 40. How old was she at the time? 41? Or she was 40, I think.
Yeah.
40, 41. They're like, oh, you can't be that old. We thought you were maybe like 30, something. And she's like, oh, no. She goes, she's my little sister, and we're 3 years apart, and she's, 37. And somebody's like, oh, yeah, she looks older than you. What? And she
like
never let me.
You look older than her?
Yes. I was like, do you wear glasses? Yes. Well, do you have contacts on? No. Okay, then that's your problem. Because I do not look older than my sister.
No, you don't.
I love my sister to death. Oh, I do. I love her to death. But with her going the rate she's going, she is aging. Her thing is she does get gray hair like a lot, and she she likes to dye it, so because she doesn't like it. And I was like, embrace it. When I found my first, and it wasn't gray, it was silver, in the mirror in her bed, in like the upstairs bathroom. I like come flying down the stairs. I was like, look, do you see it? I'm gonna take a picture of it. It's my first one. I was all excited about it. It's the only place I have it is like that one spot. It's like 1 or 2 strands of hair.
Good.
Yeah, I have people who just can't believe that I have 3 kids, and my oldest one is 17. And like we were sitting in the break room or something like that, and they're like, well, how long were you married for? I was like, well, almost 20 years. I was like 19 years. Or almost 19 years that we were married. And they're like, well, how old were you when you got married? 12? I was like, nope, I was 19. No, then how old are you now? It's like, I'm 38. That's a great feeling.
I got married at 26.
26. How old was she?
Oh, let me think. 22?
How old is she now?
38?
No, but I was 19. And I didn't have my first kid till I was 21, 22. How old was I? 21.
Oh, God. We're on our honeymoon, and she was like, so, kids. And I'm like, I'm like, can we be married for at least a year before we start thinking about that? And you could just tell by looking at her face that she was like, oh. So we started actively trying, I think, like after the new year. Take a bit of time.
Yeah. We, because we were stationed in Italy, and he just got back from TDY. So there was like an abundance of births 9 months later.
Oh, yeah. No, that's... Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know who it was I was talking to, but I know someone. This bastard really fucking hits. There was someone I was talking with, and they were saying how, oh, you couldn't have picked someone else. There was someone that they were talking about, or, oh yeah, so and so, they every time they come back from deployment, they come back, sometime later, and she was like, he'd come back from deployment, and then he'd leave to go on a new one, and she would be pregnant. And,
Yep.
I remember meeting this one woman. Okay, don't take the first bridge, it goes nowhere. I remember meeting this one woman. It was a very interesting conversation. She was talking about how she has, I think she had somewhere around like 7 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, you know, that's a lot of children by today's standards. You know, 7 kids and so forth. She's like, yeah. And I said, I was like, you know, if you don't mind me asking, like, you know, is that something you do? Like, some people, they want to have a lot of children. I mean, I know this guy, his wife is a friend of my ex's, and she's always pregnant. I mean, you know, like, I saw him like 2 Saturdays ago for picture day for soccer, and I looked at him and I was like, hey, you know, how you doing? I haven't seen you in quite a while. Oh, I'm doing fine. I said, I'm like, how many kids do you have now? You have 4, right? He's like, yeah, 1 on the way. And I'm just like, but like that's them. Yeah. I mean, she has like 1 a year.
I have a friend who's...
Or like 1 every 18 months at least.
She's got 3, and then she's raising her ex-husband's daughter. Because they were married or together or whatever, and then they like broke up, separated, and he ended up getting some chick pregnant, and then they ended up getting back together. But the mom who got pregnant, she just was not a very good mother. So my friend was raising her baby, and she still is, even though her and her ex-husband are no longer together. And now she's pregnant again. Yeah, so she's got some kids. 3 was enough for me. I tried to stop at 2, but apparently that wasn't in the cards.
I wasn't looking to do any kind of stopping. We're like, oh, okay, 3. Whoa, this is a big cure spell. Or what? What's this spell? Maybe it's a protection spell. Must be, because then it's like 49 points of damage. I don't mind like the idea of like having a lot of children. You know, for me, it's like if I can't afford them, I don't want to have them. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You know, when I see people who are like, "Oh, we've got like 6 kids," I'm like, "What the fuck can you do for a living?" You know, I mean, like, Jesus. The good thing that happened with us when it came to the kids was you know, up until like a particular age, like we barely paid for anything because people were always bringing us clothing, you know. So I mean, our out-of-pocket cost was basically like, you know, formula when it got to that point in time, or cereal, and then and diapers if applicable.
Right.
Outside of that, I don't pay for anything, so.
My thing was, so we got pregnant with my oldest one. We had her 6 weeks early, so everything that we did buy, she couldn't fit into. Because she was only weighed 3 pounds when she was born. And so everything that we bought, we didn't have to buy a lot of things because it lasted us forever. and like her baby bed and all of that we kept, and then we tried to have another baby and it just didn't happen. And it didn't happen. Finally, like 4 years later, it finally happened after we got rid of her baby bed. Like, we sold it. Because we were like, okay, it's not going to happen. We're just destined to have one kid. And so we ended up selling it to one of the guys in the shop because his wife was pregnant again. And like, probably 8 months later, we ended up getting pregnant with my son. And then so we had him, and he was a boy, so we didn't have anything. We had to go out and buy brand new stuff. And we kept his baby bed. And then I ended up, after he was born, I got cut, tight, burnt, everything. I was done. I had a boy, I had a girl, I'm good. So then when he got out of that baby bed, we sold it. And a month after he turned 2, I was 2 months pregnant. So we had to buy a whole brand new everything.
That whole entire surgery, that didn't work out too well.
Nope, it sure didn't. I only had one ovary anyways, and it was bound to happen apparently. And so then my youngest one was born, and she got out of, I had it done again like 9 weeks after she was born, and she got out of the baby bed, so we sold it. And 2 months before she turned 2, I found out I was 6 weeks pregnant.
This is something new.
Yeah. So. But I only have 3 kids, so. Yeah.
So, our third pregnancy was. It was just not.
I think all mine went. I'm not gonna say nope. I'm not gonna say that because my first one was like a TV movie from hell.
No, it felt like they were progressively getting worse. Like the first one was, great. The second one was fine. Just couldn't get the guy to come and give her, epidural.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, and then the third one was just. And the thing is, it wasn't the pregnancy so much. It was really like the OB.
Right.
Gosh, she was brutal.
Mine was the pregnancy, not so much the delivery. Except for with my son. But the girls were easy. But it was the pregnancy. Like, my first one, just horrible pregnancy. Because I had kidney stones and preeclamptic and all that. And then my son, from day one until literally the day I had him, I was sick the entire time. And my friend told me it was because he was a boy and he was sucking my will to live. And then my youngest one, because of the whole genetic thing that we were scared about her having, other than that, yeah. Now I can just spoil other people's babies.
Huh, Blazaga. That's interesting. There's Thundara, Blazara, Blazaga. So it's gonna spell. I'm going to.
You need to raise her job up.
Shut up.
She's
so fucking low. Like, what are you doing? She's so low. She's like, let's see, what is Zona's job level now? Well, it's 66.
okay. Well, that's fine. That's Zona. What about Tamara?
37.
And what about Charlie
9,
and Adam?
42.
Mm-hmm.
But they all have different rates of. Oh shit. They all have different rates. There's not much I can do about it.
Yeah, that's an excuse.